Hi guys, this is my first YouTube video. I am so excited. You guys might see a lot of my shorts and some of my content on other platforms, but I told myself that I'm gonna do any and everything for the rest of the year that pops up into my mind, no matter how much it scares me. So today is the day we're doing long form. Before we get into anything further, like, subscribe, and comment below if anything resonates with you. If you want me to talk about anything, y'all. My name is Skylar Jenkins. I'm a 26-year-old girl that literally travels the world with my mother. We've been to about 20 different countries. Within the last 2 years, we've been traveling together. And when I wasn't traveling the world with her, I was building a business with my brother, who is also a content creator. We got that up and running. I took 6 months off of traveling at the beginning of this year, moved out to Arizona to help him build this business. It exploded into something that my family couldn't even imagine. I was at the mindset where I was like, oh yeah, I'm done traveling. I'm just going to put all my eggs in this basket and do it. And then out of nowhere, I up and quit, left everything, and went back to traveling and creating content because I knew that's where my heart wanted to be. And also God told me my time there was done. The content I create is really funny and relatable with my mom, of us traveling all over the world. There is some personal stuff, but I wasn't always like this where I could show up on the camera and just be me and be okay with the flaws of my content and just post it no matter what. It took about 2 years. When I was in a fight of my life, every single day, a mental battle. I was my biggest enemy. When I graduated college, I came from a school in South Miami. I knew that I could not hold a corporate job. I knew that the job I wanted, I had to go out and create, right? And my parents gave me the space to do that. I took a trip with my mom. That's where it started. And I fell in love with creating content on that trip. And I told my dad, hey, I really want to create content and try to create travel content and see where it goes, because I had a brother that was in the baseball niche. He did the same thing. It took off. It led him to building his own business. So my parents were pretty much open-minded to that. I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought I could get into this and be consistent for 3 months and blow up and have all these followers, and it doesn't work like that. Most people that create content have been creating content for years. I had to put myself in front of the screen, and I feel people's biggest fear is to put yourself out there to be judged by other people. And throughout my journey, what I've learned is I might still have that fear a little, but it doesn't stop me from the things that I want to do. And it was only because I cared so much about what those people thought, and I wasn't okay with myself in a sense. There's a lot of areas of myself that I would judge that most people wouldn't notice when I put my content out there, that I had to get over there. So the overthinking of my content was so insane. When I started, I did this crazy trip where I went to 5 different countries. I think it was Amsterdam, Singapore, Indonesia, Mexico. I can't remember the 5th place, but I went to 5 countries in less than 1 month, and it was the coolest experience, y'all. I had so many things that I could capture. I just didn't know how to make content, and now that I look back on it, I'm like, girl, you could have killed it if you knew what you knew now. Miss America took me around Singapore, just crazy events like that just happening. I'm 22, 23, experiencing life with my mom, and just when I wanted to go out on my own, I go venture off in these countries and just get lost in life. It was the most beautiful experience, but I got addicted to checking social media, to being on TikTok. If something flopped, I would be like, oh, I suck, I don't want to make any more content. The battle that I would go through on the day-to-day basis was so insane, and I feel a lot of people don't talk about it. You just see people say, oh, be consistent for this long and do this and work on this and you'll be fine. No, when I mean every single second of every single day, I was in my head home, and I would work for my brother's company, and I would think, I'm doing nothing with my life. I'm not successful. I'm not out here making content. I'm not doing anything to elevate me to where I wanted to go, and I just had the wrong mindset. I'm so grateful that I went through that struggle, and content did not work out for me at that time. Moving on, it's been a year in of my content creation journey, and 1,000 followers on every single platform. I'm just stagnant. I'm stuck. And I get to the point where I just kind of want to quit, because I've beaten myself up every single day for the past year. Nothing's going anywhere. And an opportunity came to work with my brother and help him build a company that could be a family business. And I was like, you know what? Let's take 6 months off. Let's go do this. And while I was doing it, I kind of got in the mindset like, yeah, it'd be okay if I don't go back to content. I'm working for my brother. I'm living in Arizona. It's July, and I have a conversation with my brother, and I'm like, you know what? I think God is telling me that my time is done here. I came in, I did what I needed to do. We got the business to the point where I could just bring people in, manage them. But this is your baby, and now it's time for me to go chase my baby. And he was like, okay. I end up moving back home, guys, at 26 years old, after traveling the world, after building an extremely successful business. I moved back home with my parents. I walk away from the business with absolutely nothing. No money, no nothing. My brother was like, I want to pay you for your time, blah, blah, blah. And I just asked that like you help and support me because he's been through the content journey. I need your ideas. I need different things from you. I need your advice. So that was I never honestly saw that coming. I was living in Scottsdale, Arizona, and like one of the most prettiest places in the United States. I was living this lavish lifestyle, and even though we were making a lot of money and we lived in a beautiful place, I was not fulfilled because I knew I wasn't living in my purpose. And that moment taught me that like the money can't fill certain areas in your life. And it's so crazy when you get it and you realize, oh, this is the feeling? Yeah, no, this isn't going to work for me. It's so crazy, the feeling. People think that like once they get the money, they'll be happy. No. That is not the case at all. If you haven't worked on the person you are and who you're becoming in that process, the money will not do anything for you but expose the areas of your life that you haven't worked on. It can mask some things, but it's just like an adrenaline high. You're always going to be chasing the next thing because you're trying to mask things instead of fix the real problem within yourself. So when I walked away from all that and I got back to content, I literally 26 broke, moved back home with my parents, wanting to create travel content, everything just going wrong. My car broke down. I couldn't travel for a while. What travel content creator can't travel? Like, that's insane. What was I supposed to do? But I feel like this is just like divine timing. Like, I traveled for an entire year. I went from country to country, film. I had to work with what I got. And this is the part where like, I feel like God was isolating me in my life to look within and see the things that I have and not always thinking like, oh, I need this. No, everything you need, you already have, which is a complete mindset shift from the first year of me creating content. God has provided you with everything you have. You have an entire camera roll of a year and a half or a year of traveling. Go back, piece it together. If it's not working, you need a different perspective on how to attack this. Keep switching your perspective until the plan works. Hope like you guys will comment below and let me know if you've had any of these struggles. But like, I think that was one of my biggest struggles is knowing that I have everything that I need to do what I need to do. Every crazy idea that popped into my head, guys, like I don't even know where to start. I think on social media, I would just like reach out to all these companies pitching crazy ideas, reach out to hotel companies, telling them, hey, I can work out this deal if you give me, I don't know, however many free nights, I'll give you this much content. Just putting myself in crazy situations. For example, I started a Snapchat, which I vlog all of my travels. If you guys want to follow me on Snapchat. And I remember my brother saying, hey, you need to get into Snapchat. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I create a Snapchat account. I freaking get into doing Snapchat consistently, right? I do it for 2 months. I'm at 16,000 followers. So on Snapchat, you need a Snap Star in order to get monetized. And you need 25 million watch hours to get that. You need 50,000 followers and some crazy engagement thing. And my goal is to like get monetized and just vlog my life and have that as like a source of income. Guys, I have no money. I cannot travel. I'm in a still season where God is like, hey, I don't even want you to go get a job. I want you to take this time that you are given and just sit down and create. Don't think about the money. Don't think about what you could be doing. Don't compare yourself to other people's lives. Lock yourself in this room and just create. Y'all, that was the most frustrating yet beautiful season I've ever been in, because I had to figure out, hey, how am I going to freaking get myself monetized on Snapchat? I was 2 months in, 16,000 followers, had 60 watch hour guys. I reached out to every single person I could find in Snapchat. And this is what I'm talking about. When you have nothing to lose, you are not afraid to chase the things you want. God has to put you and take certain things away from you and put you in certain positions in order for you to do those things, because I would never have done this. But I reached out to everyone in Snapchat. No response. Found their Instagrams. No response. One day, I open up my phone. I see this lady at a Snapchat event speaking next to, I think, somebody that I had reached out to. I think it was like the head of partnerships for Snapchat. I DM her. I see she has 1.1 million followers. I'm like, this lady is never going to see what I say. Like, she's never going to see this. But we're just going to take a bet on myself, because my saying is never tell yourself no, let somebody else do it, right? I DM this woman. 10 minutes later, she responds. I'm losing my shit right now. I'm like, no way. Let me connect you with the head of Snapchat. The person that I have been DMing, followed on Instagram, she connects me with him one email, sorry. He gets back to me, gets me a Snap star. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? That season of stillness made me look within, use what I have, and take and create confidence to take risks like that. And now I'm addicted to it. But the day my content started working for me was the day I actually start loving myself, loving my life, loving the situation that God has put me in. I took everything as like, in a season where people would think like, oh, you're still, God is taking all this away from you, or like in a season where you feel like you're losing, I flipped it mentally. I was like, no, I'm winning. No, I have the time to create. No, I'm in the headset to create. No, like the voices in my head are calm. All I hear is the voice of God. I have the confidence. I have everything I need to be the woman I want to be and show up on camera. Going forward, I end up getting a hotel deal that we just got off of like 2 weeks ago. I created content for a hotel. I have my Snapchat going, and now I'm starting my YouTube. My content is rolling. I'm not getting paid off of my content right now. If anything, just exchanging for like collaborations and stuff. I don't know what the future looks like. I am just out here trusting God. And now it looks like I'm still working in my brother's company a little bit, just overseeing people, but I'm not really in it nearly as much as I was before. So I'm doing that, and then I work on me and my business and just creating content. And half the stuff that I send out on a day-to-day basis, I am so fearful. I don't know if I'm gonna get a response, but guess what? You responding to what I send out is not gonna make or break me, because at the end of the day, I'm going to find a way. And that's the mindset you have to have. That's a little bit about me. If you guys want to know anything else about me, like, comment below what you want to know. I've lived a very wild life, but my message to anyone watching is like and subscribe. And if you are on this journey that you know you are meant for something way bigger than what you're doing, explore that, because I would not let me be comfortable working with my brother. He would not let that voice in my head stop, because I was meant for something more. And that voice will eat at you, and don't let that voice ruin your life because you don't want to act on it. You can do it. Bye. See you guys next time.